Welcome to the Mainline Health Menopause and You video series. We are very fortunate today to be welcomed into the home of our registered dietitian, Judy Matusky. Judy is going to be speaking with us today about the changes in metabolism and weight as we age. Thank you, Judy, for being with us.
Oh, you're welcome. It's great to be here.
I know that our calorie needs change as we age. Why is that? Can you explain that to us?
Yes, unfortunately they do. As we get older, we generally do require fewer calories, but we can certainly offset that by increasing our activity and exercising on a more regular basis. But inevitably, we do generally need fewer calories as we get older, and a lot of that has to do with the fact that we're losing lean muscle tissue, and we're generally a little less active as we get older.
How many calories actually would a postmenopausal woman need on a daily basis?
A new report just came out that tells us that only about 12% of us can actually calculate the amount of calories that we need every day. So most of us don't really know how much we should be eating. And how many calories we need on a daily basis really depends on a lot of different factors. Depends on how tall we are, how much lean muscle mass we have, how much percent body fat we have, how active we are, whether we're a man, whether we're a woman. So there's many different factors. As we age, the drop in calories generally relates mostly to a drop in some lean muscle tissue, which is our very active tissue, as well as a drop in our activity level. But on average, if we kind of take that average postmenopausal woman who's of average height and maybe not particularly real active, her calorie needs are probably in the range of about 1,800 to 2,000 calories per day.
What advice would you give to a woman who wants to lose weight?
Let's just say that we have that average woman who is not real active and wants to lose weight, and she doesn't really intend to increase her activity very much. So what I would recommend for her, if she might need around 1,800 calories a day to maintain her current weight, to lose weight, I wouldn't like to see her drop her calories any more than about 200 calories per day. So we would look at maybe a 1,600 calorie meal plan for her in order to have her lose some weight. And that doesn't sound like a lot of a drop in calories, but really when you play that out over a year, that could be about 20 pounds of weight loss. And I actually have a 5-pound fat model that I wanted to share with you. So this represents a 5-pound weight. This is 5 pounds of body fat. So if you were to lose 20 pounds, just by lowering your calorie intake by about 200, that would be 4 of these by the end of 1 year.
You know, this is pretty dramatic looking. So 5 pounds of fat. It'd be nice to lose 4 of these. Mm-hmm. Can you show me an example of a 1,600 calorie meal plan?
I would love to, because I think it'll be very surprising how much 1,600 calories actually is. Most of us, unfortunately, are eating way more calories than we need. Okay, well, what I thought I'd share with you, Dr. Vaughn, is 1,600 calorie. This is sort of the healthy, I call it the total diet plan. And the reason why this looks so beautiful is that, first of all, we have such a wide variety of fruits and vegetables and all the different colors of fruits and vegetables. The one thing that I really encourage anyone who's following any kind of a diet plan is to make sure that they get a lot of volume in their food so that they feel fuller and more satisfied. And one way to do that is to be eating lots of fruits and vegetables. For breakfast, here we have just a bowl of really whole grain, whole oat cereal. We have some fresh blueberries, a few walnuts for a great source of plant-based omega-3 fatty acids, and our fat-free milk. For lunch, we have a whole grain bread sandwich filled with some tuna. And as you can see, there's quite a bit of volume to that sandwich. And I did that purposely because the idea behind eating lower calorie foods is you want to make sure that you feel full. And by taking a sandwich and filling it with, whether it's spinach or shredded carrots or red pepper strips, the idea is to bring a lot of volume with very few calories, and it's much more satisfying.
I like that because when people are thinking about fewer calories, they think, I've got to skimp on things. Mm-hmm. And this is a big lunch. And I could see could be very satisfying to somebody who is eating it.
Absolutely, and that's really one of the tricks of the trade, is to make sure that you feel full so that you don't sabotage yourself along the way. As far as snack, I think plain Greek yogurt or any kind of plain low-fat yogurt is wonderful. A great source of protein, real good source of calcium. I particularly like the Greek yogurt because it is a little bit higher in protein, which is important for a lot of women to make sure they get enough. Maybe some dried fruit, some dried apricots, and if you want, you can drizzle a little bit of honey on there as well. That's perfectly fine. And making sure we're getting enough fluids, so certainly some water or some seltzer with it would be great. Dinner, we have about a cup of vegetables. This is some grilled zucchini, yellow and green squash. We have some grilled chicken strips, chicken breast, and we have a little pasta, about a cup of pasta, whole wheat pasta with some tomato sauce, and there's certainly room for a little sprinkling of some really good Parmesan cheese. There's nothing wrong with that. Nice salad, which is almost calorie-free. A little drizzle maybe of a little dressing with some balsamic vinegar, of course, being careful with the amount of dressing that would add calories there. And what I think is really great is that you can have a wonderful dessert. So particularly this time of the year, great fresh strawberries sliced with a couple of wedges of some dark chocolate. And you can even add, to make it even a little bit, seem a little more decadent, some fat-free whipped cream. And just top it off with that.
So that looks delicious, and you don't have to feel like you're starving yourself.
Absolutely. You don't have to feel like you're sacrificing dessert.
I know that having foods with lots of colors is actually important because you get more of the vitamins that you need. And this example is fabulous. So
absolutely.
What about some of those other 1,600 calorie
meals? That's another, thank you for bringing that up. Yes, I thought I'd bring two other 1,600 calorie plans so that we can compare it to this one.
Okay.
Here we have another meal plan. We said the first plan was our total diet plan. Our second plan is our no time to plan. This represents 1,600 calories. So let's say you wake up in the morning, you're in a rush, you grab a store-bought muffin. 500 calories right there at the start of your day. You move on, you don't have time for lunch, but there is a soft pretzel and a soda around work, so you grab that. Middle of the afternoon, you get hungry, you look to the vending machine, and there's some Twizzlers, so you pull a couple of those out of the vending machine. You run home from work, it's dinner time. Again, no real time to plan, no real time to cook. Frozen pizza out of the freezer, pop it in the oven, one slice, and maybe a small glass of lemonade, and here's your 1,600 calories. The reason why it looks like that is because it's so calorie dense. Most of the food that you're eating here is very high sugar and very high fat. And when it's high fat and high sugar, it's high calorie.
And that's not a lot of volume. Somebody would look at that and think, well, that's not that much food. But your point about calorie dense, I think, is really important for people to know.
You're right. It's very important. You're right. And it doesn't look like a lot of food. And it won't probably feel like a lot of food throughout the day. And chances are, if you're eating like this, you will probably overeat because you're not going to really feel full because it's just not very much food.
So you may actually eat more than that because you'll get hungry later.
Absolutely. Or you'll just feel like, again, when you come home, is it likely that you're going to eat one slice of pizza? Probably not.
Probably not.
That's probably going to be at least 2 or 3. So this is 1,600 calories, but again, if you're eating making these kinds of choices, you are most likely to overeat. Okay, and this brings us to our final meal plan, which is our one meal plan. And here we have a large Oriental chicken salad from a chain restaurant and a large sweetened iced tea. That is 1,600 calories at one meal.
And it's just a salad. Someone would say it's just a salad, but the key is what's in the salad.
Absolutely. When your salad comes with fried chicken, crispy noodles, and a very heavy dressing, that's not probably going to be the healthiest choice.
Judy, you have provided us with such great information today on our webcast. Thank you so much for being with us.
Oh, well, thank you, Dr. Vaughn. It was a pleasure to be here.